Montreal police have arrested a 59-year-old Côte Saint-Luc woman on charges of consumer fraud and identity theft. Miriam Vermez was first exposed in a CTV On Your Side investigation. She was accused of taking advantage of senior citizens and stealing their savings. Todd Vander Hayden covered the original investigation. So, Todd, what happened?
Well, Mitz, we received news that police finally moved in after a lengthy investigation on Miriam Vermez. A bit of background here. Vermez is alleged to have committed consumer fraud and identity theft, as you mentioned, in connection with senior citizens living in Côte Saint-Luc. Vermez, by the way, is a well-known fixture at the Cavendish Mall, particularly in the food court. Her accusers say she intentionally preys on senior citizens, often those who have mental illnesses. She befriends them, gains access to their bank and credit cards. One family contacted us, alleging their elderly mother had been scammed out of tens of thousands of dollars by Vermez. Mitz.
And Todd, there was a confrontation between our cameras and Vermez at the mall?
That's right. As you may remember, we tracked down Miriam Vermez to the Cavendish Mall to see what this was all about and where the stolen money went. And in this confrontation, as you can see, Miriam denied that she had done anything wrong. In fact, she told me that she was the real victim here and that she was only trying to help out seniors. But her story was questionable, to say the least, her defense shaky, to put it mildly. We later dug through courthouse documents. We found out Vermez had been charged in other fraud-related crimes. We also found out that Mount Sinai Hospital in Côte Saint-Luc has had some run-ins with Miriam Vermez. The hospital alleges she tried to defraud them through a charity scam, and there is word that other senior citizens in Côte Saint-Luc were also being targeted by this same woman.
So finally, Todd, the police are getting involved?
That's right. One of the big criticisms here from the victims was that police were not taking the case seriously enough because it was only consumer fraud. The family complained to police. We were also contacting police to try to get some movement on the file. In this case, at least, something did change. When police arrested Vermez at her home on King Edward and NDG, this home, they found money, credit cards, and other valuable objects. Now, the question here, of course, is are these items they found linked in any way to all the alleged victims? Police won't answer that yet. As for Miriam Vermez, she's now been released and she appears in court next October the 30th. But overall, this is a bit of rare good news, an example of how some alleged consumer fraud is actually being taken seriously. Unfortunately, you know, Mitz, we hear time and again from experts that it's not happening enough, though. The laws are too weak. Fraud and identity theft are just not priorities, so it's still a great way for criminals, unfortunately, to make a lot of money. Mitz.
Unfortunately, yes. Okay, thank you very much, Todd.
You're welcome.